My name is Amy Bond, founder of Pole and Dance Studios. You are listening to Up the Pole podcast, where I interview studio owners to discuss all things building a pole dance studio business. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, welcome to Up the Pole podcast. My name is Amy Bond, your host, and I am talking today to our guest, Nicole Davis, who is the founder and owner of Trix Dance and Fitness Studio in British Columbia, Canada, which Nicole opened in 2006. So, as she calls it, pre-internet. Nicole is a trained dancer. She's been dancing since she was 4 years old with experience in ballet, jazz, tap, modern, lyrical, flamenco, hip hop. What style of dance hasn't Nicole done? She holds an associate degree from the Imperial Society of Teachers of Dance and has been teaching for over 20 years across Canada. Nicole, I'm so excited to be talking to you. You've seen this industry grow so much. And I'm so curious how you even thought about starting a pole studio in 2006. That was so long ago before really anybody was doing it recreationally.
Yeah, I owned a dance studio, so I taught kids. And it was
Okay, so you already owned a dance studio that was like general dancing.
yeah, it was just down the street from a strip club. So
Nice.
we'd go there for
Go
lunch,
both.
dinner, whatever. And one day I
That's
was
amazing.
just asked my mom to borrow some money so I could put poles in my studio. And
Okay, so you had this dance studio. Was it kids and adults or was it
just
just
kids.
adults? Okay, just kids. And
Yep.
then you put poles in the studio and then it became solely a pole studio, or was it
It
still
was
regular dance classes
both
and
for a
pole?
while.
Mhm.
And then when my lease ended there, I ended up moving to another location. And those poles that I had, they're not
Mm.
adjustable. They're 50s, they're brass. So I luckily found another place that had 10-foot ceilings. And I
Oh,
was there
amazing.
forever until, wow, 10 years ago. I moved into this place.
I'm curious to know, what was the moment you knew you wanted to own your own pole dance studio? Was there a specific, like, I'm doing this now moment that
It was,
led to founding Trix?
I went to the strip club probably more than most people did. It was fun. I liked watching them dance. I used to really love drinking.
And it was conveniently located next to where you worked.
Yeah, it was like a block away from my studio.
So you're in like a relatively small town. Got a small town feel, but it's an island. And you opened a studio in 2006, which is before pole really became mainstream. What did it feel like then? Did like the community think of it as like very risque, or was
Oh,
it
yeah.
just like, oh, there's Nicole, she's gonna do her thing?
It was kind of like a secret for the longest time. Like, it was just my friends that would come to classes. Yeah, and then Facebook started, and that kind of got the name out a little bit, and then
Mm.
it just kind of snowballed, and I don't think I ever was like, "I'm gonna open a pole studio." I was just gonna teach pole dancing and pole dance with my friends, and then here we are 20 years later.
That's amazing. I don't think I've ever actively chosen a life path that way where you're like, I'm just going to go with this energy. It's a very, be like water kind of zen way of being in the world. That's amazing.
Yeah, it just happens.
If you could look back at how you approached running a business when you first began to how you think about it now, has there been a shift in your mentality about being an entrepreneur, running your own business, or did you have it all figured out from day one?
Oh, I still don't have anything figured out. Um,
I love that.
yeah, it would have been nice to have some sort of systems. But
Mhm.
I remember writing people's names down for, like, what classes, because we didn't have internet at the studio, and then when
Oh
we
my
did, we
gosh.
had dial-up. Like, it was
Oh my
so long ago. We couldn't stream music.
wow.
I had, like, CDs. I still have my burnt CDs. We worked
Yeah.
with what we
And you
had.
were writing people's names on a piece of paper and, like, taking
Yeah.
cash? There wasn't, like, not a booking system in the beginning?
Nope, there was cash. Some people wrote checks.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So much more work.
It was a lot of work.
How would you describe the whole Trix general vibe? Is it like a serious competitor studio? Is it like the neighborhood third space where everyone knows your name?
Yeah, it's like everyone comes and you can be a mess. If you wanna be a mess on the floor, go ahead. Um, People come just to hang out with my dog. He has his own couch, so they will hug him and bring him treats.
I noticed on your Instagram, it's your name and your dog's name. It's like you guys come as a pair.
So my personal Instagram is my first dog's name. So he
Okay.
was around, um, like, at the start of the studio. He was, like, 14 when he passed away, and then, I got another dog, and I lost him suddenly, and so I decided I was not getting out of bed until I could have a golden retriever named Nugget, and now I have a golden retriever named Nugget.
Aw. How do you think about balancing like your core classes with special events? Do you do more of like a series style of studio, more of like an events focused pop up style of studio? Or
We have them all. Um, I used to just do sessions, and then I used to just do
Mhm.
drop-ins. And now I combine them. We have workshops, all sorts of special events. We do a showcase at the studio twice a year. So I like to have many options so there's no excuses. So if you can't
Yeah.
commit, you can do drop in. If you need the same people every week for 6 weeks, same time, you
Mhm.
can do a session.
Yeah, my first studio in San Francisco, and we really have a hard time doing even like 5 week series or 8 week series, except for competition prep, just because our student base tends to just be traveling a lot. So there's a much higher demand for drop ins. But I've noticed that at other studios I've taught out across the country, that there's a lot more series. And I think that there's such a benefit to a series because the cohesion of the group is formed, and that can be really nice.
Yeah, that's part of what I love about the series too. And they can see
Mhm.
such a big progress from like their first week.
Totally.
When you do
Yeah.
drop in, it's sporadic and you don't always get the same groups. You might not do the same spin for 3 weeks depending on who's in class.
Do you guys are you a two-room studio, or are you one room or
Just one room.
one room?
We have
Mhm.
10 poles. We
No
have
longer the 50 millimeter brass.
I actually still have 2 of them.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, they are
Yeah.
stickier for, like, holding on with your leg skin, which can be nice.
Yeah, and I have you got way stronger hands holding onto the 50s than a
Yeah.
45. Personally, I hate spin pole. If it was up to me, none of them would spin. But, so 8 of the poles spin, and then 2 of them are the originals.
And how many people do you have on your team? How do you think about hiring, and where did those instructors come from?
The instructors, they're pretty much all, were students that they're already part of the community, they love it. They all have
Mhm.
different backgrounds, like, we have, a gymnastics coach background and then an RMT. We have one of our
What is
instructors,
RMT?
registers massage therapist. So
Oh, awesome. That's a great
yeah, and
person to
then
have on staff.
yeah, one of our instructors is actually from the Navy.
Obviously, any all diversity is great because you get to see the world through so many different perspectives. But it sounds like you really have that diversity on your teacher team in terms of their background and how they approach movement and come to the space.
Definitely.
I'm curious, what is a business decision that you're really proud of, or something that maybe felt risky at the time you were making a decision, but has really like paid off for your business for the studio?
I think everything I've ever decided was risky. I've
Really?
never had, good impulse control.
You are not the first person on this podcast to say that.
Yeah.
This is a common thread, lack of
Yes.
impulse control.
Um, so I think just the decision just to keep going. I could have stopped, I could have quit, I could have walked away so many times, and
Yeah,
I maybe should have, but I just I
you
love the
wanted to keep
people too
going.
much. I love doing it. I love going there.
During COVID, obviously, many fitness studios shut down in the United States. I assume that's also the case for Canada. How did you weather that storm?
Like, pretty screwed around,
Oh,
our government because like, one day they'd be like, "Oh, you can open as long as you are this far apart and there's only 3 people in the room." And then the next day they'd be like, "Actually, no, you're closed." Like, it was
yeah, that
changing
happened to
pretty
us too.
much daily, and
Mhm.
there was no money from the government because it was all based on if you had employees and
Mhm.
they're contractors. So the
Okay, so
instructor,
in Canada, they're contractors, not employees.
some studios do have employees, but I
Mhm.
don't. They're
We're doing
they make
contractors.
their own schedule. They decide what they teach.
And then were you still paying rent to your landlords while you guys were closed? Oh,
Yeah,
that's terrible.
yeah. And at the beginning of COVID, I also decided to get sober and stop drinking.
Oh, that was at the beginning of COVID. Wow.
Yeah.
That, like,
So
makes it so much harder because you, I assume, had more time.
yeah, nothing was good about the timing. And that's when I ended up losing my dog that I'd had for, like, my whole
Oh my
life.
god.
So, yeah, it was rough. So I got a
Mhm.
job cleaning houses,
Oh,
and
wow, good for you.
the lady that hired me, she's amazing. She
Mhm.
she was like, "Okay, yeah, here's the supplies, here's the bathroom, go ahead." And I just looked at her, and I'm like, "I've actually never cleaned anything because I had a housekeeper, like, I didn't know how to
Yeah,
clean anything." So sh the
yeah.
poor woman was like, "Okay, well." Yeah, she fully trained me, so I ended up not being able to spend as much time even in the studio because I was working
Mm.
to pay for it. Yeah, and then my dog got sick, and he ended up in a wheelchair,
Oh my god.
and
And you
that was
decided to get sober through all of this. What was the impetus for that decision where you're just like, "Okay, I'm not sure I'm in control of this anymore. I need to stop cold turkey," or was it a little bit more intentional than that?
I've been trying to quit drinking and doing drugs for quite a while, and
Mm,
the last time that I used it was New Year's Eve night, and so I was
wow.
like, "Okay, this is the best sobriety date I could think of, 01/01/2020." And I think it was partly spite. I just kept going. I'm like, "No, that's the
Mhm.
easiest date to remember. I'm just not gonna screw this up. We're just gonna keep rolling."
Wow. That's really a testament to your ability to say, like, okay, I'm committed and here we go. Like, I'm going all in on this. What do you think made that time different besides it being 1 1 and this truly like blank slate in a new year? You had said that you tried to quit a few times. I've also struggled with addiction. I did an outpatient program for meth addiction when I was 24. That was actually government mandated. And so for me, getting sober was actually really easy because the choice was go to jail or get sober. So the fear of being incarcerated honestly was quite motivating. It's always so impressive to me when people are like, I chose it to stop this thing and then I did stop this thing. And so I'm really curious, like, you had tried before, what was different this time?
I actually did, a free AA program. I had been going to meetings for a while, and eventually, something just clicked. I don't know.
Hmm.
They always said, "Oh, it'll just one day
Like,
when you're ready, it'll happen." And it kinda
and then
did.
it did.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's also part of my personality. Anyone that meets me within, like, 10 minutes, they know that
A pole dancer and that you are sober.
yeah,
That's
that's it.
huge. Yeah. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, and this is like statistically shown that entrepreneurs tend to have like pretty high addiction rates compared to a general population.
We're great problem solvers because, like, I
Yes.
would never let anything stop me from finding my DOC. So, I'm also
Totally.
not gonna let anything stop me from hosting my classes at my studios.
Yeah. So the AA community really helped you. It was really like
Yeah,
part of your sobriety journey.
yeah, and it was online too because it was COVID times, so yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to change tacks a little bit. So many people who listen to Up the Pole podcast are interested in building a studio or curious about building a studio. And I think sometimes when people dream about being entrepreneurs, there's this idea that like all of your time belongs to you and you would just have so much flexibility in your life and you could just like kind of work whenever you want to. If that exists for anybody, I love that for them. It's certainly not my reality. But I'm curious what your weekly schedule looks like. When do you take time for yourself? Like, when do you wake up? When do you train? When do you teach? How much time do you spend on admin?
So I'm not gonna turn my camera around because it's embarrassing, but the amount of notebooks and work that is piled everywhere is wild. The amount of tabs that are open on my screen right now. is
Oh my gosh.
disturbing. All I do is work on the studio. If I'm not there, I am
You're
thinking
thinking about
about
it.
it. I dream about it. Yeah, people think I have this life of leisure. I assure you that is not true.
Yeah, it's exhausting on all the fronts.
Yes, but I love it. I'm
Yeah.
very lucky. My partner, he is very supportive.
Mhm.
I no longer have to clean houses to pay for the
Nice.
studio because of him, but that does not mean I'm allowed to eat bonbons all day. I teach at the studio 4 days a week,
Mhm.
sometimes 5 if there's an event or a party or something.
Mhm.
I also fit in private lessons. I don't
Yeah.
actually train myself
Oh,
anymore.
wow.
There's no time. My body is aging. I got a hot tub last year for Christmas, and
Oh my
it is my
goodness.
saving grace. And I've discovered, getting IVs. So, like,
Really?
NAD
So that
yeah.
I got an IV in Portland like 2 weeks ago, and they were like, "You're gonna have so much energy," and I honestly didn't really feel any different, and I was like, "Hmm, well, maybe it's all just kinda working."
Or d yeah, depends on what you get.
I got
So,
an NAD plus and
like,
then
that's what
like
I
a
do. And,
vitamin
like,
C situation. How does
th
it feel for you? I'm so curious, like, what is the effect?
just, like, in such a good mood. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
literally
amazing.
danced around the house for, like, 2, 3 days,
Okay, so
but
shout out to NAD plus because I've been hearing a lot more about these lately. I didn't feel it, but if it works for you, that's awesome.
totally. The only reason I got that one the first time was
Mhm.
because those are my initials. So I was like, "That's meant to be. I'm gonna get that one." This is how I pick things in my life, just super random. And it helps people with addiction issues, apparently.
You really went to building in a lot more self-care for yourself as somebody who's still teaching 5 days a week, private lessons, private events, and using your body for your job quite a bit.
Yes, and I don't train pole for myself anymore, but
Mhm.
I do classes at other studios.
Oh, what do you
I
do?
just did a heels dance show.
Oh, cool. That's so
Yeah,
awesome. Like ground heels.
yeah. We call them
Mhm.
little heels at the studio.
Little we wear big heels, you guys have little heels. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, little heels.
Do you wake up early? Do you go to bed early? What's your day in the life of Nicole at Cultrix?
So, usually 8:30, I have to drink coffee, and then I just get right into my emails. If I'm gonna do a private lesson, like, I just booked one for next week at 9:30 in the morning, so it's gonna be a
Mhm.
struggle to get there, but I'm gonna do it. Um, I usually start, like, 12 or 1, teach, and then I usually stay up. I try and go to bed by midnight, but it never happens. Um,
Wow.
I'm up till, like, 1 at night on the computer doing emails, making posts,
Awesome.
living my life of leisure. Just
Yeah.
I'd work in the hot tub on my phone, and then
Oh my god, I love
I
that.
don't actually relax when I'm in the hot tub fully. My body does,
Mhm.
but I'm on the
Yeah.
phone working.
No, that's
Yeah,
relatable. Do you really, like, try to take the weekends off, or are you also working constantly throughout the
I
weekend? I
really
know
do
what my
try.
answer is, which is why I'm laughing.
I try really hard, but it doesn't happen.
That's fair.
There's always another message I have to respond to. I should spend the time with my
Yeah.
boyfriend who likes to go outside, but we just bought a trailer, so hopefully,
Oh my
I
gosh.
will be able to spend some time there not working.
That'll be really nice for unplugging for sure. You said a little bit earlier that during COVID, you had taken on this cleaning job, which is so in line with so many studio owners I know. They were like really working to keep the studio alive in order to bring it back after the pandemic. And I'm curious whether your studio is self-sustaining or is it really like a labor of love for you?
Um, it goes through, like, sessions
Waves.
of, "Yeah, I can pay my bills, I'm doing this,"
Mm-hmm.
to, "Oh my gosh, all I have is debt."
Yeah.
So, I'm really lucky that my boyfriend pays, like, my household
Good.
expenses,
Mm-hmm.
so I can focus on paying for the studio expenses and,
Mm-hmm.
working on still trying to pay off the debt that the pandemic caused. So
Yeah.
that
So you originally got a loan from your mom. I love that your mom supported your dreams in that way.
That was just to buy the poles because I already had the studio, so I put them up.
Oh, okay, right. You already have the studio. So to buy the poles, your mom did a infusion. And then during COVID, there was like an SBA loan or something like that that you took out
No,
in order
I
to
just used
support.
credit cards. I have 5 of them.
Oh. Oh my God, really? So are
Yeah,
you paying off like the minimum balances of those?
my internet was like,
If I
"Ah!"
purchase, nah, not the credit cards.
Yes. So I try and pay more than the minimum, um,
Hmm.
but it's a challenge.
Do you also run a business called Island Pole Camp?
So Island Pole Camp, it started just I wanted to
Oh,
go to a pole camp. I wanted to have a pole camp. I couldn't
yeah.
afford to go anywhere, so
Hmm.
I was like, "Okay, let's just get teachers from all over the island." I've done it twice
Oh,
now,
very cool.
and we have, like, a beach barbecue and, like, beach photo shoot, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's nice to have different teachers from
Yeah.
the island.
Do you so you don't bring in instructors from other places. It's your team and you for the workshops that you guys are hosting at the camp?
There's 2 studios in town too. I had I had
Oh,
instructors from their studios too.
that's so
I think it was
cool.
12, 13 instructors we had.
Is it like 5 to 7 days, something in that
It
time
was
frame?
4 days, and it always seems to be the hottest weekend of the year. So it was, like, way too hot, but it was really fun this year. I had a food truck come and it, like, parked in the parking lot,
Oh,
and we
that's so
yeah,
nice.
that was awesome.
I have my retreats I host in Hawaii, in either Kona or Hilo, and things are so much more expensive on island because everything has to be imported in.
Yeah.
I actually Airbnb rooms in my house, and I had guests from Maui here last week, and we're in San Francisco, California, and they were like, everything here feels so cheap. And I was like, really? We're one of the most expensive cities in America, in the world. It seems like it would be a lot more expensive to host it on an island destination. But because you have the studio and the instructors, you're not like flying people in, watching them, and all that.
Yeah, they can drive down for the day, and then if they
That's
wanted to
awesome.
stay, they would just stay at one of our houses.
That's so cool. So it's a 4-day camp. You were really like scratching your own itch in terms of like, I want to go to camp. Why don't I just build it? There's been so many things that I've done because I wanted to do it
Yeah.
and I couldn't find it existing in the world. That's really cool. And then you guys have like a beach day where you like go out on the water?
Well, I can see the ocean from my house. I mean, I
Amazing.
have to go up to the top floor and, like, peek, but I can still see it. We just went to
Yeah.
that beach because it's close to everything, and I brought the stage pole, and we had the photographer take pictures. My
Cool.
boyfriend cooked for us.
This boyfriend is really like A plus plus showing up in all the ways.
We're not gonna let it go to his head, but yes, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I think there's something that's so interesting about partners of entrepreneurs because for many of us, our business is our heart center. It's what makes us tick and exist happily in the world. And I remember when the Oakland Pole and Dance studio flooded a few years ago, I immediately called my then husband Keith and I was like, "Hey, can you go to Home Depot and get like a wet vac and a bunch of supplies?" And he was hoping to chill on a Sunday. And suddenly he's been roped into like cleaning up a studio with me.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful to partners because I think for a lot of us, we probably wouldn't be able to do what we do with so much love if we didn't have such solid rocks in the partners that we have right behind us or right next to us and how they offer support.
So, we have been flooded countless times,
Ugh, don't
and
get me
it
started.
destroyed the floor. Obviously, it was laminate.
Yeah.
There was too many insurance companies involved, and nobody wanted to pay. So they're like, "Oh, you can just buy
Uh,
a new floor and then sue
no,
us, and you'll get some money back." I'm like, "None of those options are
that doesn't,
things." So
no, that does not make sense.
so cool, thanks. So our floor was a disaster for a while, and yeah, I would not have the floor that I have now if it was for my boyfriend who works in the
Yeah.
trades. He's a superintendent.
Oh,
So
wow. Well, shout out to all the partners. They're all doing so much heavy lifting that I don't think they get enough credit. You've been in this business for so long. It seems like you really roll with the punches. Like I said earlier, you really have this vibe of just being water. Like whatever comes your way, you're rolling with it. And I'm curious what's lighting you up about Pole Tricks right now? Like, what are you excited about? What direction are you going with the business? Or are you just like, I want to keep it exactly as it is? And we just keep doing what we do.
I do hate change, but I like growth.
Yeah.
So I've actually worked with a business coach, she's an OBM, online business manager. So she did an audit
Oh.
of my business.
Oh.
And so
Oh, wow.
yeah, she didn't know, like, she's doesn't own a pole studio, so she doesn't know,
Mhm.
but she had, like, a list of 74 things that could be
Wow.
changed or improved or, like, automated, so she helped me build them out and do them.
Wow, that is so cool. I've heard great stories about business coaches. I've heard not so great stories about business coaches, but it sounds like this one was very directed in terms of I'm going to audit and then I'm going to give you a list of things to do. And then now you have a checklist, which
Yeah,
I feel like always gets me motivated.
we meet, I think it's twice a month, and we just review things. She reviews, like, all my KPIs and goals. She works in so many different industries that she has totally different ideas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. She's coming at it with this wealth of knowledge from lots of different sectors.
she has all
That's
this
so cool.
knowledge and just the ability to set things up like automations that I didn't know were possible because
Yeah.
that's not what I do. I teach dance. So she
Mhm.
works on the back end of things. So that has been really
What are the
helpful.
KPIs that you look at a lot? Like, what are the numbers that you pay close attention to?
Monthly members, how many intro offers, and the conversion of the intro offers.
And do you guys do any kind of follow up with those intro offer students? Like, once you know they have one class left in their class pack, you pick up the phone and call them, you text them. Is there any kind of touch
At
point
no point do I phone
or
anyone ever. I will never phone anyone.
trust me, I feel the same way. I do not like getting on the phone like
Yeah, it's
that.
all automated now. So
Hmm.
it just automatically sends to them, and most of the time they're signing up themselves anyway. So
Hmm.
that's
That's
good.
great. That means you've made it easy for them.
Yeah, because we have so many options. Like we have monthly memberships, unlimited
Hmm.
memberships, punch cards, and yeah, the sessions. So there's so many options for them.
They have lots of different choices in terms of their ability to, like, decide what they want for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
That's so great. Yeah, I think the other really positive thing about a business coach is there's just this level of reporting back to someone of like, "Oh, we talked about this, and I know that I'm going to talk to this person in 2 weeks."
Yeah. Like the accountability, I work for myself because
Yeah,
I don't want to be told what to do ever. Um, uh,
totally.
but I still need to do these things. So she does hold me
Mhm,
accountable.
it's really great. If you could whisper one sentence to Nicole in 2006 on the day you opened Trix, what would you say to yourself?
I don't know. I I never regret anything. Everything that I've done has brought me
I love
here,
that.
so I
Mhm.
can't regret it.
Yeah, I really feel that from you.
I would probably just say like, "Yeah, it'll be fine. Just
It'll be
keep
fine. Yeah.
going."
Last question, and this is just a fun one. What is a song you've always wanted to choreograph to, but haven't yet found the time?
I had said this yesterday because I was, like, saving it for a good
Oh.
time, and it's Big Dick Energy.
Yes.
The Mariah Carey version with the, like, fully that is the one I wanna do.
Okay, you're crafting it in the back of your head, like when you sit in your hot tub at night. I
Yeah,
can see it for you.
yeah, that's it, that's the one.
Well, Nicole, this has been so much fun. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you about your business. I can't believe you've been doing this twice as long as I have, and I feel like a lot of people think of me as like OG, and you're like the OG OG. So it's so much fun to talk to somebody who, you really had a vision and just like let the world take you towards it. And here you are 20 years later, still doing what you love and like clearly still so passionate about it. And I really hope that I have that same passion and love that I have now in 10 more years too. So I really appreciate you, the inspiration that you bring to me. And I know so many of our listeners are going to enjoy listening to this podcast and deriving the same kind of inspiration. Thank you so much, Nicole. It's been a pleasure chatting.
Thanks. Have a great day.